2020 has been a tough year, a challenging year, but I subscribe to the philosophy where there's challenge, there are lessons. And so I want to take a minute on this video, not to talk about the buying and the selling of businesses or how do you prepare, but lessons that we can take from the pandemic. I've thought about this a lot lately, and it does speak to the need to plan for the unexpected. Because think about it, back in the first quarter, or at least around February, this pandemic was just something that was maybe over in China. So you always want to have a plan for the unexpected. I think that's lesson number one. And we've learned that the hard way maybe this year. You want to have a safety net. Okay, and that safety net is cash. It's liquidity. Businesses don't go out of business because of profits and losses. They go out of business because they run out of cash. So a liquidity safety net is something to think about. A reserve, if you will, a rainy day cookie jar kind of liquidity in case a global pandemic comes up or some other economic hardship arises. You also want to have a banking relationship, okay? The government came to business aid with the CARE Act and the PPP, the Payroll Protection Program. But it really did help having a banking relationship going into those programs to be able to access those programs. So develop a banking relationship. Even if you don't need a credit line or a loan, you want to establish a banking relationship so that you can jump into that relationship, tap into that relationship, leverage that relationship when hardship comes. I guess another lesson is people and having a people plan, okay? Now, the two biggest expenses of any business are typically the rent factor and the people costs. So in terms of the rent factor, you definitely want to reach out to your landlord and negotiate potential concessions, deferments of rents, or some other type of forgiveness or assistance. But you also want to have a people plan. And this is not an easy one by any stretch. But you want to identify those key people that when you do need to retrench or when you do need to furlough, who is the core element of your business. And you want to protect those people and have a plan to retain those people. Restructuring is always a necessary evil in times like this COVID-19 situation. So renegotiating supplier terms. We've talked about rent, but doing things to batten down the hatches and get through a period of hardship is something that you always want to have a plan for. You also want to duplicate control centers, if you will. A lot of people can go into the office. So do you have a second place of business that you can work from, a home office, to manage the operation and be productive? Obviously, with Zoom and some of the other web technologies, we've been able to hold meetings remotely. But you want to safeguard data as well. So backup of data, iCloud access of data, being able to secure documents from your atypical location is also a consideration and a lesson that you learn in a global pandemic. I think most of all, you want to remain calm. And that's easier said than done, of course. But you want to remain calm and collected. And give yourself a chance to make the moves that are necessary that are going to enable your survival through the hardship. Old boss at Ford used to talk about looking around corners, and that's having vision uh, against what's coming that may not be readily visible. So you want to be able to look around corners and to anticipate and have agility and nimbleness to take action once a situation is unfolding. And then finally, and I think this is maybe if you've got a plan and you've got your survival in hand, you want to look for disruption opportunities. Maybe there's a competitor that's vulnerable, and you can go out and be offensive when everyone is in defensive mode. So lessons from a global pandemic. It certainly opened my eyes this year. It's opened all of our eyes this year. And I just wanted to take a minute today to just give you some of my perspectives on the lessons that we learned in 2020. I hope that helps. We'll see you next time on a Business Broker 101. Have a good one.